you said you like to write songs that move humanity down the road a little bit. How can we use the humanity's gift of music to maybe help make things a little better? That's a big question, but I just love to hear what your thoughts are about that.
I've been through a number of stages of songwriting. When I was with you and McCall, I made up a lot of songs about movement politics. That is the old left-wing politics.
Mm.
Much of what was based on big industry and professions that had hundreds of thousands of people in them. Those were strikes, songs about Nelson Mandela, anti-apartheid, uh, and union songs. And the radio ballads, which you did mention as work with the BBC, they you must look those up, anybody who wants to know about them. Just BBC radio ballads. It began in my songwriting history a type of songwriting which I call radio ballad songs. That is, if you want to write a song about someone in a wheelchair, you don't just write what you think that person thinks. You go and record somebody who is in a wheelchair and you use their words. And if you record them, I don't want to say properly, but if you record them well, they will come out with saying things that you never would have dreamed of yourself. And I've made up about a dozen and a half songs about other people. Two about battered women who've been domestically abused. One of a woman who has RSI, repetitive strain injury in her arms from too much typing. A song about a union leader, a woman, Asian woman, union leader who led a really incredible strike in London for a whole year. You go and you just record them and you just let them speak and you don't interrupt. You occasionally you guide them to their deeper sense of what they are about. And these are really strong songs. I wrote one about a fellow named Jimmy Massey. It's called The Ballad of Jimmy Massey. And he was a Marine who deserted in Iraq because he said, this isn't what I was trained for, to kill women and children. And to me, it's a really powerful song because he was so good at just explaining and talking in his own language. So a number of different ways of songwriting. At present, my latest CD, which is called First Farewell, and you can get it off my website. I am very fond of making what I call wedge songs that start out in one way, and it seems that this is the subject, what I'm talking about, but then it turns out to be something completely different. On the new album, which Invisible Woman is about, is actually on, it has a wedge song called Lubrication. And the minute you say lubrication, people smile, you know. And the first verse is about what people think it is. And then it turns out in the last verse, it's about something completely different. So it's important, I think, in songwriting now to help people correlate one subject with another, because all of the things we do, the things we learn, the things that are happening to us, they're all related and interconnected. Our education teaches us to focus on this thing. And, you know, that thing depends on this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Different disciplines in education really are tied together. They're dependent on each other. Ewan McCall was fantastic at this. I would ask him, why did Beethoven write the way he did? And he would give a 45-minute talk to me about what the politics of the time was, what people were dressing in, what the class relations were, what wars were going on, what the art world was like at that time, what religious things were going on at that time. And at the end, you got this a tapestry of the world that Beethoven lived in. And that's why he wrote the way he did. So I'm writing the way I write now because I feel we need to correlate one thing with another. Over here, right now, there are three big issues: COVID, Brexit, and climate change. Climate change, believe it or not, is actually a bit on the back burner because everybody is talking about COVID, everybody's talking about Brexit. But climate change is the biggest one issue that the whole human race is going to suffer from. And yet it's on a back burner. And it's so big, people don't know how to deal with it.
Well, I'm really, really happy that you're out there in person with these kinds of things. And I would imagine going to a concert of yours, they're going to hear these kinds of thoughts as well as the songs, aren't they? And you've got a tour. Peggy, I looked at the itinerary of your tour in April, but starting in summer. And I thought, my goodness, that would exhaust a 20-year-old. How do you
Well,
still do it?
Well, I do it because I now have a team that I travel
Mm,
with. When I used to tour Canada, I just drove myself in my motorhome and I did the whole job myself, including standing on the merch table in the interval, piling everything in the van before going, unpacking it, putting it in the hall, setting up, doing the sound check, giving the concert, then coming down and signing things at the merch table, packing. I did it all myself
mm.
until my 80th birthday. And that was when my sons, two of them, gave me an 80th birthday present of coming out on tour with me for what was supposed to be a week. It ended up being 16 dates. And so we traveled out in a tour van. And I had my daughter-in-law, who's my manager, and we took with us a sound engineer. So that was 5 of us in a tour van with everything packed in the back. And I didn't do a thing other than take care of myself and sing. And that's what
Mm.
I do now, travel in a tour van with a sound engineer, one son, and my tour manager. Uh, and it is, I don't know, I'm born. It's just, it's heaven. So I can do it.
Well, Peggy, we will buy
Ah,
your records, your CDs, and we
do
will
buy,
listen
do
to it.
buy the memoir. Do buy the memoir. I worked hard on that. It's also on audible.com with me reading it. It's
Right?
called The First Time Ever. Took a lot of time to write, and it's an easy read.
And we should tell people too, if they're wondering where that title came from, that Roberta Flack's song that she made so popular was actually talking about your face.
Yes, I know. People look at it now. People look at it now and say, "What?" Uh,
The first time ever I saw your face, yes, written by you and McCall for you, I believe.
yes, it was.
Yes, well, Peggy, it's been such an honor and a pleasure to talk to you right today. And I'm looking forward to your little mini concert, which you'll be doing for us following this interview. So first of all, I want to thank you, Peggy, for being here and being so wonderfully accepting of my invitation to have this little time with you.